Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing? I am really excited to be back doing this live stream again. If you were at opening ceremony, you've probably seen me there. You've probably met me there already. But I'm back here to take you through all of the good things that we've done until day 5. And we also have a special segment here. If you were paying attention to the announcement that I made earlier on Discord, you may already know what special section I'm talking about. If not, don't worry, we'll get to that really quick. But if you are here listening to me, then let me know where you're joining from. Tell me what your favorite streams were from the last 5 days that you've been attending Global Hack Weeks for. I know for me, I've been not been able to go to a lot of live streams, but I've been watching a lot of those recorded streams, and I thought this has been one of our most engaging Global Hack Weeks, at least for 2025. And I'm really happy to see all of the engagement that you're putting in on streams, on Discord. It's a total fun event that we are having here. But let me know in the chat. Give me also maybe a thumbs up if you can hear me, see me well. Always helps to have a quick audio check for all of us back here. I'll give you a minute to catch up while. Sweet. I did a quick mic check myself and looks like everything's working. But as per tradition, we start off with welcoming you to day 6 of API week. And also quickly to introduce myself, I'm Siddharth. I work as a first party events coordinator at Major League Hacking, which means that I get to work on all of our digital events, which include Global Hack Weeks, like the one that you're in right now, also our digital hackathons. I also get to work on that. We recently had one the last weekend, which was called AI Hackfest, and I know a lot of you went to that as well. If you were there, if you hacked, if you maybe did a demo as well, share those projects in the chat. We would love to see, we really love to see all the good work that you've been putting across, not just for this week, not just for AI Hackfest, but in general, everything that you build really excites us. And as a fun fact, like I said, this is my second time streaming at API Week, and I can't remember the last time I did more than a stream at any of the API Weeks or any of the Global Hack Weeks, and I'm really excited to be here. If you've been at Global Hack Weeks or today in Global Hack Week sessions before, you may be expecting us to do a quick recap of what the previous day was like, day 5. But here today, we're going to have a very special segment. As promised, and if you've been following Global Hack Weeks or API Week specifically, you would have noticed that we promised to do some hacker demos, some project demos live on stream. And that's exactly what we're going to do first. We're going to have a few, we had a few of you apply and tell us that you wanted to have your projects either demoed live or if us wanting to talk about it during live streams. And to kick us off, I have a very special guest. I have a hacker from the Global Hack Week community, from the Major League community. His name is Karthikeya, who wants to come in here and talk to you about the really cool project that he's working on. And without much ado, I'm going to bring Karthikeya on the stage so he can talk about what he is building. Hi, Karthikeya. How are you doing?
So,
Hi.
here,
Go for it.
I should do my introduction. So, hey everyone, myself Karthike Prasad. I am currently in my third year of college and I'm doing my undergrad in artificial intelligence and machine learning. Other than that, I do enjoy making anime. I do love making like webtoons. So, if you're someone into that, so do contact me. So I think without a further ado, I should be explaining my project. But before that, I will be explaining a little bit of terminology here. I think everybody's known about the computer vision. So computer vision is like the branch of artificial intelligence that can understand your visual information, right? And we have seen everywhere like object detection, right? But here what we are trying to do, instead of using computer vision model, which are like traditional model, we are using vision language model. So what is vision language model? So vision model language model combine both computer vision and your NLP techniques to understand the context of the image more carefully and can provide you more information. For this, I have used Moondream. So Moondream is like a platform which provides you these vision language models, and you can communicate with these models with the help of API keys. So unlike traditional, you don't have to like worry about like creating pipelines or something. You can just connect with an API and start you know like doing the process. So this is the UI of the project that I've created. So we have like included three features. We have caption image that can, when input your image, it will, provide you a caption of the image, like what's happening in the image. Then we have the query image that, you can, you know ask question about like what's happening in the image. And then we have the detect image. So what detect image does is basically, for example, you have a dog in a picture, and you say, like, you answer dog, so it will detect that whether it has a dog in a picture or not. So let me do a quick demo. I'll just upload this like image. Let's say this image. See, so it has like students like studying. Okay, and we will like generate a normal caption for this. So it might not be working as of now because we have the server low, but I think after some time it they might, the Moondream community or the support might work on it. So right now it's not working because the API isn't working, because the server is down. But I think it will be working after quite some time. So basically, in nutshell, you can, create caption for your images with this. You just need to select like what kind of like caption you want. Is it normal, short, or long? And then in the query image, we have, you can just basically, I just show you the little basic thing here because it's not working right now because of the API thing. So, for example, you can just like ask question like, what are these people doing? These people doing, and then it will generate the response. Right now, as I told you again, it not might be generating response because of the server running down. And with the same, you can also do with the detect image. You can just, put this cute doggy image here, and you can just say dog, and then it will, give you yes. As you can see, the dogs are present in the image. So this is the project that I've created, that I, learned during the GHW week, and I definitely enjoy making this. I learned a lot of things, so it was really great. And that's it from my end. I hope I wasn't
Well,
too fast.
you weren't. You did absolutely perfect. And I know, and I want everyone in the chat also to know that Karthikeya was a little tiny bit nervous coming into the stream, but I know for a fact that he did absolutely amazing. And in the chat, I would want you all to tell him how well he did during the stream. And I thought this is a very, very, very good application of. We've been talking about AI, we've been talking about Gen AI. Images are always a thing that we work with in every project that we build. I thought this is a very good application where you are trying to explain what each image has, to ask questions, and to be able to interact with those images and get context out of it. Right? I thought this was really cool. Because you also shared this link with me earlier, I'm going to drop it in the chat for anybody who wants to try it at home. Like Karthikeya said, it looks like the Moondream API may be down for a little bit, so you may want to come back in about 30 minutes or so and try that out for yourself. But this is going to be hosted live and will be there for
Yeah,
maybe for some time, so you can go back and check that out and come back and tell us how you liked it. You can also come back and on Discord tell us how you felt about the project. You can go and visit the code as well. When you go to that link right on top, you will see a GitHub logo which you can click on to look at the code. Kartika, do you want to share your Discord username here so people can tag you when they share comments and feedback about your project?
yeah, yeah. Give me some time because my like I have like a very weird like Discord name, so I'll just share it out. Give me a second.
That's okay. And you can drop this here and I'll pick it up. But thank you so much again for coming in here. I will move us on to the next demo here and talk about the next project. And I'll share your username as and when it comes here. But thank you so much. You have a good day.
Have a great day.
All right, that was our first demo for the day, and I'm sure you've learned a lot. You've looked at different applications of Gen AI and AIS in general. But moving on, we have a couple more that we wanted to give a shout out to. The next one here is a threat detection hack that a hacker from a community called Umair Saeed worked on. Well, Umair wasn't able to come here and demo the project himself. But I wanted to give a huge shout out and also drop this link in the chat if any of you want to go and try this out. Getting that in the chat for you all. All right, that's the link for the hack here. But if you're able to see, and the screenshot is a little tiny for me here, so I'm going to go real close to the screen to read this out. But in general, this application is trying to differentiate spam from a non-spam message. So if you're looking at the first example here, there's a message that this user has gotten, which tells the user that they've won a lottery and they need to be sharing the credit card details for it, which I'm sure to all of us it sounds like spam. This app is exactly doing that, telling people what a phishing email or a phishing message can look like, or anything that looks like a threat would look like, and what would be a better alternative to this, or what you should maybe believe a little bit more on, and what you should um, maybe ignore completely because it's a phishing hack here. And I see Umer is also in the chat. Hi, Umer. Thank you so much for sharing this hack with us. The next example here is a more general message that you see, which says that you've attached and updated the schedule. Let me know if changes are required. And it's a very usual sentence here, which should not be classified as phishing or any sort of threat. And the hack does exactly like that. You can try all of that for yourself right now by going to this link. Again, come back and let us know how you like the project, if you want to contribute to it, if you have better ideas of other features you can add to this. I'm sure every hacker here that we're going to go give a shout out to is looking for more ideas, more teammates, and kind of learning, building, and sharing on the go. So make sure to come back to us and let us know how you felt. But a huge shout out to Umair as well for getting this hack here. Moving on, we have another hacker who shared a hack with us, and this is called Beatbox. Well, I went through this, and the hacker shared a recording with us. I went through this, and this is a real cool app. I thought the color scheme was really well. It was made really well. It's a way for you to now get all of your music together, form a playlist, and listen to it on the go. You don't need to be installing other applications, signing up for it, paying up for it. This is a way for you to get all of your loved music together. And maybe we can use something like that the next time we are live for a Global Hack Week stream. I'm sure you've listened to us play those tunes during the start of the stream every time, right? You can pick up some of those music. And if there's anybody here in the chat who loves music, creates music, I'm sure our team would love to hear, and other people in the community, of course, would love to hear of any music that you do. But I thought this is another really good project that was sent to us, and I really wanted to give a shout out to this hacker as well. Well, that was all for the hacker demos. If you are still interested in coming back and sharing your work, your projects with the community, I would highly recommend using the API Week channel on our Discord. If you don't know where our Discord server is, I'll drop that link for you in the chat as well. If you go to discord.mlh.io, that's where you're going to find our Discord server. That's where all of the fun things during this week is happening. That's where all the announcements are also going through. So if you've not gone there yet, this is a really good chance for you to go back and revisit all of the fun things that have been happening in there. But if you have other things that you want to share, projects that you're working on, and maybe you were not able to get the demo form filled in time, I would highly recommend going and dropping those links to your projects, to your recordings on the API week, and we'll all get together and look at that. And I would be more than happy to feature your project the next time we have a Global Hack Week coming up, which is not more than 3 weeks away. So keep all of that learning ongoing, and we'd love to see all the things that you're making. But now to highlight all the things that's happening today, which is on day 6, we will go through the schedule. But if you want to revisit the schedule, that's the link. ghw.mlh.io/schedule should get you all of the details. And when you visit that link, you will also be able to see the schedule in your local time zone. So that's one benefit for going through that. But kicking us off today is UT with the real-time communication using sockets, part 3 of that track. If you've not gone through or gone to the first 2 parts of it, you can go back to YouTube and check out the recordings of the first 2 streams. Here, UT is taking you through a little bit of the networking essentials, telling you how to make real-time communications in applications or between application usage, socket programming. There's still a lot more that UT is going to be covering in part 3. And I think part 4 is also going to come right next after this. But if you are not sure where to begin, if you're feeling a little intimidated with that topic, don't worry at all. You can directly go to the stream, ask UT for all the things that you need to be maybe revisiting through the recordings and make the most of it, is what I'm trying to say here. And as I promised, part 4 is right after part 3, and this is going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern. That's 12:30 a.m. IST for everybody here in India, which I recommend you should use that hour to go back and sleep. But for all the night owls, if you still are hanging around, make sure that you go back and get enough sleep. But for everybody who maybe follows a normalish sleep routine, you can always come back and watch the recordings on YouTube. Next up, after you've gone through the two technical streams, I'm sure you need a little bit of a break. You would want to take a break from hacking and learning. This is exactly that time for you. You can go to a Wikipedia races. And if you've not played Wikipedia races ever, it's imagine you starting off from a Wikipedia page and racing towards another Wikipedia page. But you're not allowed to use your mouse at all. You're not allowed to click on links. But you need to find links that indirectly connect you to the destination Wikipedia page. I'm sure my explanation was not that great, but Cecilia is going to do an even better job when you go to that event. It's a really, really, really fun event. I think it's one of the more popular, more crowd favorite mini events that we have run. So make sure you go to that at 5 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be at 2:30 a.m. IST. Next up is going to be our friend Stephen, who's going to run an introduction to TypePy workshop. TypePy, if you don't know, is a powerful Python library for building data-driven applications. So if you are maybe hoping to build some data-driven applications right now or trying to explore that field in general, this is a good tool for you to be knowing of. And if you are a Python fan, I know a lot of Python fans in the MLH community in general. If one of you is here, give me a hi in the chat. But in general, if you are a Python fan and are looking for Python libraries and understanding how things work over there, this is a very good stream to go to. Even if you are maybe not familiar with Python and are just getting started, I would say you should definitely go to this. Stephen does a really good job in making all of our streams really beginner friendly. So if you have any beginner questions on Python language itself, this is a good stream to go to and get all of your doubts clarified. And this one's going to be happening at 8 p.m. Eastern. That's 5:30 a.m. IST. And there goes one of our Python fans in the chat, like I said. Next up is going to be Alberto doing the part two of his intro to GraphQL stream. This is going to be happening at 10 p.m. Eastern. That's 7:30 a.m. IST. And then going back to taking a break and getting together and playing a fun mini event. This is going to be an origami mini event, which is very different from maybe other events that you've played, mini events that you've played during the week. I know that you've gone to a Scribble mini event, you've gone to Tetris, you've done Bob Ross Spain maybe, and you're also now going to go to a Wikipedia races. This one's going to be more hands-on because you're going to get flat sheets of paper and turn all of those into something magical. Aziman, I know, has been running origami mini event for a few global hack weeks now, and we've heard that all of you really love that mini event. So we would want you all to again go to one of those and really bring all of your creativity out and build whatever you can. And don't forget to share pictures in the API Week channel, because when we come back for the next stream tomorrow during the same time, we would love to feature all of the work that we have done. And I'm trying to think what other origami art and crafts images we have seen earlier, but I think my memory is not that great. But there's a lot of good work that the community does in general, so make sure you tune up for that. Next up, Alberto is coming back with a part 3 of Intro to GraphQL. This is going to be at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7:30 p.m. IST. And from what it looks like, this is going to be the last part of that track. Again, for every other track that you go to, if you've missed any of those tracks or want to revisit and relearn any of those concepts, all of the recordings are going to be on YouTube and are just a click away for you to go back and revisit. And last but not the least, this is maybe a very saddening part for me, because after we have had a lot of an excitement and announcements and a lot of fun together for a week, this is a sad time for us to now wrap up API Week. But this is also an exciting time for us to announce our upcoming Global Hack Week themes, tell you a lot more about the other events that are upcoming for you, and any other exciting announcements that we need to make. So join us at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. IST. And this is where we're going to wrap up API Week, but also announce our upcoming things. But if you are feeling really curious and want to go to the Global Hack Week website or do some digging around on mlh.io/events, you may be able to see a couple of our themes there already. But we're going to make more announcements at that time. So make sure you also come to that one. And for every stream that you go to, we are looking for you to tell us what you feel about those streams. And this is a good way for us to get to know of what you really love, what we should continue to run a lot more times, and what are some things that we should go back and improve to make this an experience, a very good experience for all of you who come to Global Hack Weeks. All you have to do is go to mlh.link/Global Hack Week feedback. This should not take you more than 3 to 5 minutes. Just go to that link, tell us how you felt about each stream that you've gone to. It really helps us make the experience better for everyone here. And lastly, we are at Q&A. This is particularly a time when we answer any questions that folks have. Right now, because we are towards the end of the week, we typically don't see a lot of questions. But if you have any questions for me, this is a good time to ask me those questions. And this can be about any of the streams that you've gone to, anything related to MLH, anything related to Global Hack Week in general. Now is your time to ask me those questions, and I'll hang around a little bit and I keep an eye on the chat for any questions that pop up. Oh, I can see that Umer loves music. I'm glad to see that. And if any of you missed out on those links that I shared earlier, I'll pin that again to the stream. This one is the hack that Karthikeya talked about. This one is where you can do all of the interaction with the images that Karthikeya talked about. And this is the link where you can go and use Umer's hack, which had you doing, or the hack was doing threat detection for you, and you can ask those questions to it and get to know if it's a phishing email, a phishing message, or a safe message, and all of those things, right? All right. I think we have a silent chat today. I can understand that you may also be very sad that global hacking is coming to an end. But don't worry, this is your chance to, or this is probably your last chance to go and work on all of the challenges. And I'm sure you've probably loved going to the new challenges dashboard and working on challenges there. We've also been keeping out on any feedback that you send to us. Don't forget to send us any feedback, any bugs that you come across on Discord. We're actively trying to improve the dashboard, the challenges dashboard, and make it better for everyone. But yeah, I think we don't have any more questions here, so we're going to probably call it a day early. But thank you so much for coming to the stream and really encouraging all of the hacker demos today. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow for the closing ceremony. Thank you. Bye.